Hello class 5, we are continuing with our 7th chapter, that is Revolt of 1857, and today's topic is the political causes of the Revolt of 1857. So there we will see this Revolt of 1857, as we have already read it, that it was a great revolt of 1857. It was not limited to any class of people, because we see that the princely class also participating, that is Indian princes are participating, the common people are also participating, the sepoys were also participating. Like this it was spread among different classes of people. And we see that in this revolt the participation of women was also there, like Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi was there, then Lakshmi Bai's friend Halkari Bai was also there, and we see that Begum Hajrat Mahal of Lucknow also took a lead in this revolt from Lucknow. So there we see that this revolt was a wide-scale revolt, and many women were also participant in this revolt. So the participants in this revolt are huge in numbers. Now we see that there are several causes for the outbreak or the participants to participate in the revolt of 1857. Why so many people are participating? Because all the classes of people are aggravated, are in grievances against the British rule. We have already seen the social and economic factor and the religious factor for the revolt of 1857, and now we will see the political causes that led to the outbreak of the revolt of 1857. First and foremost political cause is the doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse was introduced by Lord Dalhousie, and by this policy it was said that if any ruler, any native ruler died without his natural son, natural heir, then that state would be captured by the British. This policy was a very discriminative policy, because in those days adoption was legal and the British is taking away the right of the Indian princes to adopt a son. In this situation, what we see, when many rulers, many native rulers were dying without a natural heir, then those states were captured by the British. That if any ruler, any native prince does not have his own son, then that state will be taken by the British. Like this, we see Jhansi was an example where the king of Jhansi did not have his own son. His son was adopted. So Rani Lakshmi Bai started fighting for retaining his empire or kingdom. Then we have Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib was also an adopted son of the Peshwa. So in this situation, what we see that whoever is adopted, they cannot inherit their father's kingdom. The British are taking the kingdom from the adopted heir. So this policy, the doctrine of lapse, this policy by Lord Dalhousie brought many Indian states under the control of British rule. But this was not liked by the Indian princes. This became a major factor for the leaders to participate in the revolt of 1857. Many leaders are participating in the revolt of 1857. Then we see that the subsidiary alliance was also there. Of course, what we see is that this subsidiary alliance was another trap policy of the British, through which they are trying to capture Indian states. Like whichever Indian king will accept the subsidiary alliance, his complete power was taken away. So this policy of subsidiary alliance was also not liked by the Indian rulers, and they were smoldering with anger, and they wanted to take action against the British. And when they saw that the soldiers are participating and soldiers have started the revolt of 1857, the princely state, the rulers of the princely state also participated in the revolt, because the policy of subsidiary alliance was a trap, and by this trap many Indian states were captured by the British. Another political cause is annexation on ground of misgovernment. on ground of misgovernment means that they said, the British said, if they think that any state is not properly governed, then they can capture that state. So what they were doing in this situation is that they were creating problem in a state, and by creating a problem they said that in this state there is so much problem, means you cannot rule it properly, so it will be captured by the British. This was what they were doing by the policy of annexation on ground of misgovernment. They are creating lawlessness there, they are creating problem on a state, and then they are capturing that state, saying that there is no proper governing body over here. So this policy was also making the Indian rulers angry. Like this, Awadh was taken away, Awadh was captured by following this policy of misgovernment. Apart from these, they were also following the policy of annexation by conquest. Annexation by conquest. That is, they have a strong army, they have strong weapon, and they are waging war in different small states and capturing them easily. So many Indian states came under the British rule during this time, and Indian rulers could not fight with the British when they are annexing those states or like conquering those states, because the Indian rulers does not have strong army power. Also, they do not have strong weapons, modern weapons, which the British have. So in this manner, by following these policies, mainly these 4 political policies were followed, by which we see that the British started interfering in the political matter of India, and they started interfering in the administration of India. So all this factor led to the anger among the Indian people, and all the Indian rulers like joined hands, or they decided or planned to take part in the revolt of 1857. Thus we see that the rulers of different states like Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi, Kanwar Singh of Bihar, Nana Sahib of Kanpur, Tantia Top of Gwalior, they all from Lucknow we have Begum Hajrat Mahal. These rulers, these are some examples, these rulers are taking part in the revolt of 1857 to fight the British and to save their kingdom from the hands of the British. So these were the political causes for the outbreak of the revolt of 1857.